Guam Standoff. SPY-6 radar active. Type-055 cruiser at 13 nautical miles. Territorial waters violated. 8 hours until someone blinks. Pacific Ocean. 13.2 nautical miles from Guam coastline. 0820 hours. U.S. Navy destroyer USS Chung-Hoon, Arleigh Burke Flight 2A, detects surface contact. Large, fast, heading directly toward American territory. Commander David Park checks the identification. Confirm hostile track. The radar operator zooms in. Sir, confirmed. Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy, Type-055 Renhai-class cruiser. Designation Lhasa, hull number 102. She's flying battle ensign. Type-055, China's most advanced surface combatant, 13,000 tons full displacement, 112 vertical launch cells, HHQ-9B long-range SAMs, YJ-21 hypersonic anti-ship missiles, Type-346B AESA radar system. This isn't destroyer, this is cruiser. This is China's answer to American Ticonderoga class. And she's 13 miles from Guam, inside the 12 nautical mile territorial limit by 1 full mile. Commander Park opens encrypted channel to U.S. Indo-Pacific Command. Indopacom, this is Chung-Hoon. We have Chinese Type-055 cruiser in U.S. territorial waters. Repeat, territorial waters violated. Request guidance. Admiral Raymond Foster at Joint Region Marianas responds immediately. Chung-Hoon, you are authorized to intercept. Challenge the vessel. Use minimum force necessary to ensure compliance. Do not fire first. Acknowledge. Wilco, Chung-Hoon intercepts. Commander Park turns to his crew. Battle stations. All sensors active. Weapons tight but ready. We're going to have conversation with Chinese Navy. USS Chung-Hoon turns hard to starboard. 200 tons at 30 knots. Intercept course for Lhasa. Range 18,000 meters. Closing fast. The SPY-1D radar goes full active. Paints the Chinese cruiser with electromagnetic energy. We see you. We're watching. We're coming. The Chinese cruiser doesn't turn away, doesn't slow down. Instead, her Type-346B radar system lights up. Active scanning, not just navigation radar, fire control radar, targeting radar, weapon quality track. NavyFirestorm needs your prediction. What is China testing near Guam? A. New radar system. B. New laser weapon. C. New hypersonic missile. Comment now. Commander Park's Combat Systems Officer reports, Skipper, Lhasa is going full active on multiple frequencies. L-band, S-band, X-band. She's not just tracking us, she's mapping the entire battle space. This is intelligence collection. This is sensor testing. Chinese vessel Lhasa, this is United States Navy warship. You have entered U.S. territorial waters without authorization. Alter course to 270 degrees immediately. Acknowledge. The Chinese captain responds in perfect English. American warship, this is Plan Cruiser Lhasa. We are conducting freedom of navigation operations in international waters. We do not recognize your territorial claim. Commander Park's jaw tightens. Lhasa, you are 13.2 nautical miles from Guam coastline. International waters end at 12 nautical miles. You are in violation of United Nations Convention on Law of the Sea. Turn away immediately. Negative, American warship. Our navigation systems show 12.4 nautical miles. We are in international waters. This is the game. This is the lie. Chinese captain knows exactly where he is, but he's claiming navigation error, claiming international waters, creating plausible deniability. Meanwhile, his radar systems are scanning every frequency, testing every sensor, mapping every defense installation on Guam. Range to Lhasa, 12,000 meters. Chung-Hoon continues closing. Lhasa, final warning. Turn to course 270, or we will consider your presence hostile act. The Chinese cruiser's radar intensifies. New frequency bands activate. High-power scanning. Commander Park's electronic warfare officer suddenly calls out, "Skipper, new emission. High-energy directed energy weapon. Lhasa is painting us with experimental laser rangefinder." This is it. This is what China came to test. Not just radar, not just sensors. Directed energy weapon, laser system, possibly the Type-055 CIWS upgrade with laser guidance, or something newer, something untested in combat conditions, and they're using American destroyer as target practice. Laser warning. All personnel avoid topside exposure. Commander Park hits the 1MC. This is the captain. We are being illuminated by hostile directed energy weapon. All hands take cover below decks. The laser isn't weapon-grade power. Not yet. This is targeting laser, range-finding laser, testing beam coherence, testing atmospheric distortion, testing American response. But laser can be cranked up, from rangefinder to weapon in seconds, from mapping to burning in heartbeats. Stay with me, because this 8-hour standoff reveals China's new naval warfare doctrine. USS Chung-Hoon maneuvers to put maximum distance between Lhasa and Guam shoreline. Come right to 090, flank speed, put ourselves between them and the island. The destroyer surges ahead, positioning, blocking. This is sheepdog tactics, protecting the flock. But Lhasa doesn't take the bait, doesn't follow Chung-Hoon. Instead, she maintains course toward Guam. 15 knots. Steady, deliberate. The message is clear. We're not here for you. We're here to test our systems near your most important Pacific base. Commander Park makes the call. Weapons free. Target Lhasa with fire control radar. Show them we're ready. The SPY 1D radar transitions from search mode to fire control mode. Lock-on tone. The Lhasa's combat systems immediately detect it. Threat warning. The Chinese cruiser responds instantly. Her own fire control radar locks on Chung-Hoon. Both ships are now in mutual targeting solution. This is incredibly dangerous. Both ships have missiles ready. Both have radar lock. Both have finger on the trigger. This is how wars start. This is how accidents become catastrophes. One mistake, one misinterpretation, one faulty circuit, and ships start dying. In Dopacom, this is Chung-Hoon. We have mutual radar lock with Chinese cruiser. Request additional assets. Admiral Foster's response is immediate. Chung-Hoon, USS Rafael Peralta is en route. ETA 90 minutes. USS Carl Vinson launching air assets now. Hold position. Do not escalate. 90 minutes. Commander Park checks his watch. 0847 hours. Rafael Peralta won't arrive until 10:17. The Chinese know this. They've timed this perfectly. Maximum time alone with minimal American presence. Maximum testing time before overwhelming force arrives. Lhasa continues her sensor sweep. The directed energy weapon continues painting Chung-Hoon. Low power, not damaging, just mapping, recording, learning. Every reflection tells Chinese engineers something about American destroyer radar cross-section, about stealth coatings, about sensor placement, about vulnerabilities. Commander Park's electronic warfare team fights back. Activate ANSLQ-32, full spectrum jamming, make their sensors work for every bit of data. The powerful electronic warfare suite comes online, broadcasts across multiple frequencies, creates false targets, distorts radar returns, makes Chung-Hoon look like 3 ships, or no ships, or a cloud of chaff. But Chinese systems adapt. The Type-055 radar uses frequency hopping, adaptive algorithms, artificial intelligence processing. For every American countermeasure, there's Chinese countermeasure. This is electronic warfare at highest level. This is invisible battle happening at speed of light. Range to Lhasa, 8,000 meters. Both ships are now danger close. At this range, anti-ship missiles have almost no intercept time. YJ-21 hypersonic missile can cover 8,000 meters in under 10 seconds. SM-2 can do it in 12 seconds. There's no margin for error, no time for second guessing. Lhasa is slowing, sir. 10 knots, now 8 knots, now dead stop. She's maintaining position at 12.8 nautical miles. The Chinese captain has found his spot. Just inside territorial waters by most measurements. Just outside by Chinese calculations. Perfect ambiguity. Perfect position to claim innocence while conducting aggressive intelligence collection. And then, Lhasa does something unexpected. Her helicopter hangar opens. Z-20 naval helicopter emerges. Rotors start spinning. This is Chinese Navy's newest ASW helicopter, and she's preparing to launch, inside American territorial waters. Lhasa, do not launch aircraft. Repeat, do not launch aircraft while in U.S. territorial waters. Commander Park's voice is steel. Any aircraft launch will be considered hostile act. The Chinese captain's response is casual, almost mocking. American warship, we are conducting routine training operations. Our helicopter will remain in vicinity of our ship. The Z-20 lifts off, rises to 200 feet, circles Lhasa in tight pattern. But her radar is active. Her sensors are scanning. She's collecting intelligence on Guam's coastal defenses, on radar installations, on missile batteries, on everything. Commander Park contacts Indopacom. Sir, they've launched helicopter. It's conducting ISR on our installations. Admiral Foster's response is grim. Copy. USAF scrambling F-22s from Anderson. ETA 12 minutes. Hold your position. 12 minutes. 0859 hours. F-22 Raptors will arrive at 0911. But will Chinese helicopters stay that long? Or will she complete her mission and return to Lhasa before American fighters arrive? NavyFirestorm analysis time. Why would China risk this provocation? A. Testing U.S. response time. B. Mapping Guam defenses. C. Political intimidation. All 3 are correct. This is multi-layered operation. The Z-20 helicopter continues orbiting. Her ELINT equipment records every electromagnetic emission, every radar pulse, every communication frequency, building electronic order of battle. This data goes straight to PLA Strategic Support Force, gets analyzed by AI systems, gets turned into targeting data, for missiles, for bombers, for invasion planning. Commander Park makes decision. Radio, contact Lhasa. Tell them if helicopter crosses the 11-mile line toward shore, we will intercept. The message transmits. The Chinese captain doesn't respond. The helicopter continues orbiting at 12.5 miles, just outside the line, just beyond the excuse to shoot. Then, USS Rafael Peralta appears on radar. 2nd Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, coming in hot at 32 knots, range 35 miles. Chung-Hoon, this is Rafael Peralta. We're coming to join the party. What's the situation? Rafael Peralta, we have Type-055 in territorial waters, Z-20 helicopter conducting ISR, F-22s inbound. Situation is tense, but controlled. Commander Park feels relief. 2 destroyers versus 1 cruiser. Better odds, better deterrence. The Chinese captain monitors American communications, knows reinforcements arriving, knows F-22s coming, makes his calculation. The Z-20 returns to Lhasa, lands on flight deck, mission complete, intelligence collected, time to leave. Or so it appears. Instead of turning away, Lhasa activates new system. Her forward deck opens. Mechanism rises from concealed bay. This isn't VLS. This isn't missile launcher. This is laser weapon. Full-scale directed energy system. High-energy laser designed to burn through missiles, through aircraft, through sensors. Laser weapon active. High-energy directed emission. The electronic warfare officer's voice cracks with urgency. Sir, that's not rangefinder. That's weapon-grade output. 150 kilowatts at minimum. Commander Park doesn't hesitate. Hard right rudder. Present stern aspect. Smoke generators active. Chung-Hoon turns violently. Shows her rear quarter to Lhasa. The ship's ANSLQ-25 Nixie torpedo countermeasure system has another function. It creates massive infrared and visual signature. Gives laser weapon false target. The Chinese laser tracks across Chung-Hoon's superstructure. Commander Park watches the beam. Invisible to naked eye but clear on sensors. 150 kilowatt directed energy weapon. Not enough to melt steel hull, but enough to damage radar arrays, enough to blind optical sensors, enough to burn through communications antennas. Damage report, Commander Park barks. Sir, AN Spy 1D radar shows degraded performance in forward array. Surface temperature elevated. No critical damage, but they definitely hit us. This is act of war. China just fired energy weapon at American warship. Low power, not lethal, but fired nonetheless. The Chinese captain is testing limits, testing response, testing whether America will escalate to kinetic weapons. Commander Park's finger hovers over the firing key. One button press launches SM-2 missiles, sinks Lhasa, starts war with China. His training says, defend the ship. His orders say minimum force. His judgment says, wait for higher authority. Indopacom, Chung-Hoon. We have been engaged by Chinese directed energy weapon. Minor damage to forward radar array. Request permission to return fire. Admiral Foster's response takes 15 seconds. Longest 15 seconds of Commander Park's life. Chung-Hoon, negative. Do not return fire. Deadly force is not authorized. Maintain defensive posture. The words sting, but they're correct. Starting World War III over damaged radar isn't proportional response. The strategic calculus matters more than tactical offense. Then the F-22 Raptors arrive. 2 aircraft, supersonic, stealth. They appear on radar for exactly 2 seconds before disappearing again. Their presence is message. We own this airspace. We can strike before you see us coming. The lead Raptor, callsign Blade 11, establishes communication. Chinese vessel Lhasa, this is United States Air Force. You are in U.S. territorial waters. You have engaged U.S. Navy vessel with directed energy weapon. Depart immediately or face consequences. Lhasa's laser system powers down. retracts into deck housing. The cruiser finally turns to course 270, heading away from Guam. 15 knots, then 20 knots, then 25 knots. Running. USS Rafael Peralta joins formation with Chung-Hoon. 2 destroyers escort the Chinese cruiser out of territorial waters. The F-22s circle overhead. High cover. The message is clear. You're leaving now. We're making sure you leave. By 10:45 hours, Lhasa is 30 nautical miles from Guam. Outside territorial waters. Outside contiguous zone. Back in international waters where she belongs. The standoff lasted 8 hours. No shots fired, no missiles launched. But warfare happened. Electronic warfare, directed energy warfare, psychological warfare. Commander Park surveys the damage. Forward. SY-1D array has burn marks. Surface coating damaged. Performance reduced by 15%. Repair will require dry dock time. The Chinese laser did its job. Proved the concept. Degraded American capability without starting war. NavyFirestorm has the analysis. The Chinese Type-055 mission achieved every objective. First, tested advanced radar systems against American destroyer. Collected performance data. Second, mapped Guam defense installations with helicopter ISR. Third, demonstrated directed energy weapon in combat conditions. Fourth, proved ability to penetrate U.S. territorial waters without facing kinetic response. The broader implications are terrifying. If China can send cruiser into U.S. waters with impunity, if they can fire energy weapons without retaliation, what stops next escalation? What stops them from doing it to Taiwan, to Japan, to Philippines? U.S. Indo-Pacific Command initiates Operation Sentinel Shield. Permanent destroyer presence within 20 miles of Guam. Constant air patrols. Satellite surveillance of Chinese naval bases. F-22 alert aircraft ready to launch 24/7. China's Ministry of National Defense issues statement. Plan conducted routine freedom of navigation operation in Western Pacific. All actions were professional and consistent with international law. Allegations of territorial violations are false. U.S. provocation endangered peace and stability. The propaganda is immediate. Chinese state media shows footage of Lhasa's mission. Edited. Doctored. Shows Chinese cruiser defending against American aggression. Shows directed energy weapon as defensive system. The narrative is set. Reality doesn't matter. Only perception matters. But NavyFirestorm has the facts. USS Chung-Hoon's combat systems recorded everything. Full-spectrum electromagnetic data, radar tracks, laser emissions, helicopter movements, everything. The evidence is undeniable. China violated territorial waters. China tested weapons against U.S. Navy. China escalated. The standoff reveals Type-055 capabilities. The directed energy weapon is real. 150 kilowatt output confirmed. Effective range estimated 8 to 10 kilometers. Can damage radar arrays, optical sensors, communications antennas. Cannot penetrate hull armor or critical systems. Yet. But technology improves. Next year's version might be 300 kilowatts. Might burn through steel. Might kill ships. Commander Park's after-action report becomes classified briefing for Pacific Fleet. Topic: Chinese directed energy weapons employment tactics. Conclusion: China is willing to use energy weapons in peacetime. China is willing to violate territorial waters. China is testing American resolve. And American restraint is encouraging more aggression. 3 questions for NavyFirestorm community. First, should USS Chung-Hoon have returned fire with conventional weapons? Second, does directed energy weapon attack justify kinetic response? Third, What happens when China does this again? The answer to question 3? They're already planning it. Chinese Navy has 8 Type-055 cruisers operational. More building. Each one has directed energy system. Each one is potential provocation platform. NavyFirestorm predicts multiple incidents in next 12 months. The Guam standoff changed Pacific naval balance, showed that Chinese Navy is willing to risk confrontation, showed that American Navy is constrained by political considerations, showed that technology warfare happens below threshold of traditional combat, and showed that next war might not start with missiles, might start with lasers, might start with radar beams, might start exactly like this 8-hour standoff. Superior technology, dangerous provocation, NavyFirestorm, where Pacific tension meets directed energy warfare.